What a time it is to be a hockey fan. The first 2 days of the Four Nations tournament has been nothing short of electric, and Saturday was some of the most physical and best international hockey I've seen in a while. Two games with well known rival history that just left us all speechless. Given the current political stances between the US and Canada, this could end up in an epic showdown. Will Canada make it back to revenge their 3-1 loss versus the US? They control their own destiny. I got the matchup, my thoughts, and a free play for y'all. So let's chirp about it. What is good, y'all? Welcome to the VIP room. My name is Dre, and I am Exotic Wagers. I am also part of the team over at the Legacy Sports Discord, where we cover all major sports including soccer, golf, and tennis for just $14.99 a month. Click the link down below or in any of my bios for a free 14-day pass, and check us out. You can also follow me over at X and IG at Exotic Wagers. Holy hell, what a Saturday of international hockey we got. Game 1 was a back and forth battle between Finland and Sweden that ended in an OT winner with a breakaway snipe from Michael Granlund. And then the absolute thriller between the US and Canada that opened up with 3 fights full of haymakers in the first 9 seconds of ice time. This game was everything and more than we could ever expect. A gritty physical defensive game where the US came out on top 3-1. Well, here we are, day 3 of the final round robin games of this Four Nations tournament. The first game takes place at 1 p.m. Eastern down in Boston at TD Garden between Canada and Finland. Now let me show you my screen and share some so we can look at the odds and see what the current odds are for these games. So let's go over to FanDuel. Not sure why nothing's showing right now at the moment. Let's refresh the screen. Here we go. So the current odds on Canada are minus 410 on the money line. We got plus 315 on the money line for Finland. Now, like I said, Canada controls their own destiny here. So if Canada wins in regulation, they are automatically in the final game versus US. So all they need to do is win in regulation. And like I said, they control their own destiny. So they're in the final if they win in regulation. Now, if they win in overtime, they'll need Sweden to lose in regulation. So if Sweden loses in regulation, but they win, being Canada, they win in overtime, then Canada would make it. Now, the majority of my plays, all but one play, are all in this first game, and here's a reason why. If Canada wins this game in regulation and they're automatically in, then it kind of makes the evening game, kind of makes it pointless to the point where both of the evening teams they won't have a chance to make it into the final. So I'm assuming that the game would still happen, but the players would be less likely to push. I mean, they're probably still going to want to win. Each team is still, likes to hold their own and be able to win. But I think it would be a less physical game. And, you might not get 100% out of all the players. So, like I said, if Canada wins in regulation, it makes the evening game more pointless. So, my take is Canada wins this game by at least 2 goals or not. I think, they're not going to want to leave any doubt of them not winning this game. So I feel like they come out strong and they win this game outright and maybe even more than 2 goals. I don't think that they were very happy about that game that they played versus the U.S. And I think Canada really wants a rematch in this game. Now, there is a few things to consider. Like, as I'm recording, this is, let's see, it is 12:30 my time, so 2:30 Eastern time currently, and there's still really no confirmed lineups. We know Cale Makar was out with an illness, and there's no word whether or not he'll be playing or not, but my assumption would be yes. Definitely probably playing for the U.S. and Canada game if they do win this first game. But I really like the third line matchup for this Canada team in this matchup. So let me go over here to... So the current lineup over on Daily Faceoff, you got Reinhart, McDavid, Varner. Line 1, you got Crosby, McKinnon, Mark Stone. Line 2. And then line 3, you got Marchand, Bennett, and Jarvis. You got Marchand and Bennett, both physical players. I could see them having a really good game in this game. If you look over at Finland, you got Lankinen, Barkov, and Rantanen in line 1. You got Hintz, Aho, and Granlund in line 2. And then you got Luosterainen, Lundell, and Liane in line 3. And I really think that line 3 matchup between Canada and U.S. is where you're going to see a better matchup. I think the first 2 lines, line 1 and line 2 on both teams match up well, and you could see a lot of that game being played in between the blue lines. But I really like this third line matchup, and I think Marchand is probably live for a point. I could definitely see that. And even Bennett, Bennett's had a kind of a quiet tournament so far, but I definitely could see him even possibly scoring a goal. But yeah, I really like that third line matchup, and like I said, for me, I really like Canada here. I won't be taking them on the minus 410 money line play, but I think I got a good angle on how to play this, and I will definitely be mentioning something to that point in my free play. So as far as goalies are concerned, I'm not sure if we're either getting both starters, but I would assume it's probably Bennington, and we'll probably see. I don't know if Finland. I would assume Finland goes back to Lankinen. I think Lankinen had a pretty good game last game. I don't know. They might go back to Saros. So we'll see. But as for game 2, let's go over to game 2. This Four Nations face-off. And like I said, this game could possibly be pointless depending on how game 1 goes. But Sweden, they are the underdog here at plus 162. And then you have USA over at minus 196. And those are the current odds. The over-under is set at 5.5 at minus 140, with the under being plus 114. The minus 1.5 for USA is plus 134. And the plus 1.5 for Sweden is minus 164. So for me, it's pretty simple in this. It's Sweden or nobody. I mean, the U.S. has already clinched a spot in the final. So for them, this is pretty much a meaningless or pointless game. Now, Sweden must win this game in regulation to have any shot at making the final game. So super important game for Sweden, specifically if Canada wins in overtime or if they lose. It would be a super important game for Sweden. But like I said, they must win in regulation and then have Canada either win in overtime or lose in regulation to be jolted into the final with the U.S. Some other things to note, we saw Matty Tkachuk go out with an injury in the last 13 minutes of that second game of the round robin between the U.S. and Canada. So he did not play for the last 13 minutes. But in the post-game interview, when they did speak to him, they asked him, and he said it wasn't to be a concern. So I don't know. I think even if he is likely to go into this game, I don't think he will either play or his time will be very limited, just to make sure that he's fully healthy for the final game on Thursday. So, like I said, when they asked him, it was not a concern. So, I mean, that is coming from him, though, too. So I could see him, even if he is hurt, wanting to play through an injury. But I could also see him, not maybe pushing it in that game, too, to just make sure that he was okay for the final game. The final game isn't until Thursday, like I said. So he definitely has, days to rest and get his rest before that play. So, all right. So I'm ready for my free play. But if you've made it this way, all the way to this part of the video, or you've skipped your way to this free play, all the way to this area for the free play, if you've liked my content, please make sure that you like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you turn on those notifications so that you can get all the all the content and the notifications when the latest content drops. So, I love making these videos. I want to make more of these videos. I'm actually still trying to work on cranking out more videos, at least 2 or 3 videos a week. But still working through that, and I want to get a lot more content to you guys and just get you guys some more information, some more free plays. But yeah, like I said, please like, subscribe, share, and turn them notifications on to all of my channels so you can get any or majority of the content when it drops. So like I said, my free play is going to be coming from this early game between Canada and Finland. Now, let's go back to this screen share so that I can kind of show you guys. Like I said, I really like Canada in this first game. But when you're looking at this matchup, obviously, it looks like the odds is even moved more. I think when we were talking earlier, when I first showed you the screen, we were minus 115 or minus 415. Looks like we're now minus 430. But over at BetMGM, for anybody that has BetMGM, we got, if you look at on the parlay tab up here, if you go down here where it says winner and both teams to score 1+ goals, they still have Canada to win and both teams to have 1+ goals at minus 145 odds. Now, when I gave this play out to the Discord, it was minus 140. It was actually minus 140 a few hours ago, and this change just happened probably within the last hour. Although, I think we're a little under 12 hours from puck drop. So I could see that line continuing to move, probably close at minus 150. But I think there's really good value, specifically on BetMGM, for this line with Canada to win and both teams to score 1+ goals at minus 145. One conversation that they've had recently, and what I've heard, and even just as far as going back is to me reviewing the initial matchups and the lineups for Canada. We know that Canada does not have the strongest goaltending in this tournament. And there's still questions on why Logan Thompson did not make this Canadian team. But I think with Hill and Bennington, I don't think that they're going to stop all the goals. I expect Finland to at least net 1 or 2 goals in this game. I don't know if I like the over. I could definitely see this game ending in 4-1, 4-2, 3-1, some type of finish like that. I think you get a two goal win just to the fact that Finland will probably pull a goalie early if they're down, given that this is you gotta leave everything on the table in this game and go for the win, because if you lose, you're out. So I could definitely see them going for that. But like I said, at minus 145 for them, so I would assume both teams score in this game. And at minus 145, it's great odds. I mean, if you go over here to FanDuel and look at the current odds, I mean, for if this same parlay, it's not a pre-made parlay, I put it in here like this so that you could see it, but this doesn't even include overtime in this one. But if Canada money line, both teams to score, it would be the same thing as Canada to win and both teams to score 1+ goals. Over here at FanDuel, you're looking at minus 310. BetMGM, same bet, worded a little bit differently, minus 145. That's almost double the odds difference. If you come over here to FanDuel, Canada versus Finland, both teams to score, Canada money line, you're looking at a minus 233. So definitely, if you have BetMGM, minus 145, Canada to win and both teams to score 1+ goals, that is your free play for today. I really like that. I think you got really good value at minus 145 when the money line is minus 410, minus 430 over at FanDuel. But yeah, so that's my free play for today. Like I said, you can follow me over on X and on IG at exoticwagers.com. But yeah, so I'm totally hands down fully excited to watch these 2 Mondays game on President's Day. I hope you guys have the day off. Enjoy your President's Day. And like I said, tune in next time. Like, subscribe to my channel for the next free play. And hopefully I'll have another free play out for you guys for the final on Thursday. And then we get back into NHL hockey back on the 22nd. So thanks a lot. Once again, my name is Dre and I'm Exotic Wagers. Click the link in my bio, $14.99 a month over at the Legacy Sports Discord. You also get a free 14-day pass if you've never been in the Discord before. But like I said, my name is Dre. I'm Exotic Wagers. Thank you for tuning in and peace.